What's up, Keep Pounding crew? Back today with another video. Keep pounding! This is part 2 of the What is the Future of the Carolina Panthers video series of 2. If you like the video, if you like the channel, then hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. Let's dive on in. This is the rest of it that I was not able to cover in the first video. Now, reasons to draft a center in the first round. They think that Paradis is not going to last. And they think that we need a better center. And yes, he has had trouble, but that's not entirely his fault, I think. We've had a lot of trouble on that left side of the line, and I don't think most of it is really his fault. So, I'm willing to cut Paradis a break. I think he'll be okay for another year. And then, in the 2022 draft, I think center needs to be a priority at that point. But not this year. We have too many holes to fill. Reasons to draft a corner first round. Now, people have been looking at Patrick Surtain Jr., and it's definitely an interesting choice. We desperately need a corner. This is true. But should we reach? Asante Samuel Jr. from South Carolina is a solid choice. But will he still be there in the second round? It's hard to predict that. Plus, will he stay healthy? Hard to predict that. We don't have a crystal ball. So that's why I'm saying don't reach. Because we don't know. Reasons for an offensive tackle or offensive guard first round. Now this is what I wanted to start out with. And then I saw Chaz Surratt in the second round. And I saw, bingo, that's our second round pick. He's still going to be there. I promise you he will. But we need to go offensive tackle or offensive guard first round. Unless we're trading down. But that's a moot point now because we don't have the number 4 pick. Big Cat suggested we trade down. And I agreed with it. If we had the number 4. But we don't anymore. We don't have anything to trade with anymore. So, and we'll get to the trading part of this video in a minute. But first, let's focus on the offensive tackle and offensive guard. We have had injuries constantly at both positions for the past 4 years. 4 years. Now, we've addressed it. We got Greg Little. We got Dennis Daly. But we're still having injuries. So how do we fix that? Get offensive tackles and offensive guards in bulk. That means to the draft, as many as we can get our hands on to fix that problem. And I want to see one. I want to see 2 every draft. 1 in each position. Every draft until we fix the problem. That's the only logical way that I can find to solve the problem right now. If you have a better idea, please do list it in the comments below. Because I would love to hear it, and I will entertain it and look at it and respond to you. It is our most desperate position of need. And a lot of people can't agree on that. They think corner, they think middle linebacker, they think quarterback. They can't agree on that. So, and it's exactly that confusion that is leading to chaos in the fan base right now. None of us can figure out what we want to do with this team going forward. we have three options. One is gone now, and that's Sewell from Oregon, because we beat Washington. We threw away that option. We also threw away a chance at getting Trevor Lawrence. That's gone too. Both of those are long gone. So now my option would be Cosme from Texas. That's my suggestion now. How will we protect any quarterback we bring in, no matter who it is, if they can't stay healthy because of our offensive line? I want people to name in the comment section how many healthy quarterbacks we have had because of this offensive line in the past 4 years. Now 5 years. How many healthy quarterbacks? I'm going to give you a minute. Pause the video and put a name down. All right, let's continue. Now, with that in mind, I have 5 players I want to be thrown into a trade. Now, Jacksonville is going to go for Trevor Lawrence. There's no doubt of that. Could we have a shot at trading up to get Trevor Lawrence or Sewell from Oregon and have all these options available to us again that I listed in the first video? And in case you missed those, go check out the first video. So, we could also trade with Philadelphia for Carson Wentz. That was a suggestion. There's also one other one. We could try to trade with Houston for Deshaun Watson. Now I'm going to tell you why each one of those is not going to work, and why the first one could. First of all, we need to lead this trade with KK Short. He's on his way out. I don't see him surviving for another 2 years before he retires. Now, as much as I would love to see him retire in Carolina, I don't think it's going to happen. It's a business decision, and I think he needs to go. Secondly, we need Tahir Whitehead in there. Now, if you lead these trade negotiations off with Tahir Whitehead, you're not going to get anywhere. Third, we need Chris Reed in there. That's a must. Chris Reed is a player that we need to weed out of this team. He's not the answer. He needs to go. 3 quarterback pressures, 1 sack, and a holding penalty every single game, except for maybe 2 games this year. Prove me wrong on that. Go check the stats. Tell me if I'm wrong. Then, Russell Okung. Russell Okung's going to be a moneymaker in the trade, in the package deal. You could lead off a second trade with Russell Okung and get something. With Rasul Douglas packaged up, and Douglas, in my opinion, is just not the answer at all. And Troy Pride Jr. Those are my 5 players that I would like to see put in packages to trade. Now, if you want to trade up, you could get possibly the number 1 pick with KK Short and Tahir Whitehead in it. Or any real combination that is not led by Tahir Whitehead. I feel like would get us a higher draft pick and a 5th. Think about what we could do with that 5th. We could get a defensive tackle. We could get a defensive end. We could get a free safety. Some people are wanting a free safety. We could get a wide receiver. We could get a tight end. You know, um, or we could get another offensive lineman. Works for me. Um, it all depends on how the dominoes fall. Plus, who our GM is coming up. Now, I have the third and fourth rounds picked out specifically for corner because I want a quality corner. One of them's going to be a bust and the other one's going to be solid. That's how it always works. So you want to get two. You always want to get two. I don't think Corn Elder's the answer. I think he's got some potential, but he's not the answer. Douglas has some potential, but he's not the answer. And then you've got Dante Jackson, who is basically Dante Jackson. I mean, let's be real. If he wasn't hurt this year, he might have made some noise, but he's still Dante at the end of the day. He comes with the pluses and the minuses of being Dante. So, that being said, I think that this is going to be a really, really interesting draft, and it's going to be crucial, very, very crucial for our future of this franchise. We got to get this right. Same thing in free agency. We've got a set budget, and we've got to get this right. We need at least $5 million set aside for rookie contracts, and the rest, that's going to be where it gets interesting. I want Taylor Moton paid. And we have a choice between Taylor Moton and Curtis Samuel. Which would you rather have? I don't know that we can keep both, but if we can, awesome. If we can't, one of them I think he needs to go. And I feel like we could keep Taylor Moton. That would be my choice out of the two. Offensive linemen always are going to be the choice for me if they're quality offensive linemen. When you're choosing between an offensive lineman and a wide receiver, always you want to choose the building foundation over the walls of the house. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the video where I was explaining how to build a franchise. And you'll understand where that reference came from. So, are we supposed to feel good about this win over Washington? No. Not really. It hurts us. So, I don't understand why people want to celebrate this win when there's nothing worth playing for anymore, and it's just basically a revenge game. I don't care if we justify Ron's firing or not. I could care less. I don't care if Dwayne Haskins got cut by the Redskins. I don't care. That makes no difference to me. What I care about is this team right now, what we're building, what our future is going to look like. That's a meaningless game against Washington. I don't care. Some of y'all aren't going to get it. Some of you will. And don't even get me started on why Brian Burns is not in the Pro Bowl, because that's an entire rant in and of itself. Man, I'm out. Keep pounding.